Hey everybody, Fender Bender and Alara here from Vader's Vault, showcasing our latest custom saber from the vault. This one we named Occasus, which means sunset. Holds a lot of different meanings for us for this saber. We wanted to continue our design philosophy that we've been going with lately of functional elegance. Something that retains the look of an actual weapon but yet has lines or designs that have, elegance within them. So it's not totally flashy but yet not totally utilitarian. And yet again, I think we've succeeded on this one. Occasus is roughly 10.5 inches long, comprised of a lot of different custom parts. Very detail oriented, very subtle unless you're really looking at it. We decided to go with a very Spartan flat black and silver color scheme. Some parts being the machined aluminum color, the other parts being highly mirror polished to kind of offset each other and to kind of help differentiate the parts. Highly detailed emitter lathing. Kind of wanted it to have like an Anakin ROTS banded emitter to go with the S-curve profile of the aluminum overlay. Custom machine pommel, partially powder coated in flat black. We've got the overlay, which has the flush mounted anti-vandal, followed by your accent LEDs and recharge port, all connected by a single milled groove that lines up with the top groove in the grip section here. The inspiration behind that was kind of like a model that you see of planetary conjunctions or alignments. Whenever you see those, you always see a bunch of heavenly bodies with a line going through them, and that just kind of inspired me for that bunch of glowing circular objects with a line going through them. And in the recharge port, we have the antique jeweled bezel serving as the kill key, made of brass and red glass, I guess that is. Powered by none other than the Plucker Labs Crystal Focus 4.3 saber core, igniting a lead engine RGBA mixed for Oppression Stopping Purplicious Purple with the Clash Flash. And we achieved that on our last RGBA saber, the Aurora, and we wanted to do it again because it was so fun and so cool. If you've never experienced Clash Flash with a CF, that's the wave of the future. It's just the coolest thing since the saber was actually invented. For the aux switch, I wanted it really unobtrusive. So I've got it right next to this screw here that holds on the shroud. Very, just barely sticking out there. Just enough to get it actuated, but not going in the way enough to bump on and off or, inadvertently hit it. Let's get her powered on. For your viewing pleasure, Occasus. Now, we got Novastar's Sound Compendium CD Volume 2, and I just gotta say that guy is absolutely awesome. The second CD is just loaded with tons of cool fonts, a few of which are on here, some of my my favorite picks. The fonts that are on the card are, of course, Novastar, because that's one of my favorite fonts. Then we've got the Force Unleashed Starkiller font from the Volume 2 CD. Then we've got Mad Cow's Bespin. Then we've got Resblade, which is off the Sound Compendium CD 2. A very cool font. The pitch shifting on that one is very noticeable, and it's just a really well mixed font, so I couldn't wait to throw it on here. Then we've got Mad Cow's Vader. And then, last but not least, we have the collaboration between Vader's Vault and Novastar on the Thrasher lead guitar sound font. Just threw it in there as kind of a cool novelty. Not really a serious lightsaber font, but it is pretty cool to hear it coming out of one. And then we've got several iSaber tracks, thanks to Eastern, who provided us with some. And let's get it turned on. see we got the bright, ultra bright 10 watt RGBA mixed for purple. Let's get it in dark. Let's get it off the stand here and I can demonstrate the clash flash. So awesome. We're using the green dye on the RGBA so that when it flashes it's more of a whitish purple. Not totally whited out, but it is very like a cool white. Let's try out some of the other fonts on this, since we did put several on there. This is the Star Killer for those of you who have yet to experience the CD. Very cool font, very Sithy, very dark. Very quick power off, which is very cool. Bespin, you guys have heard that one before, but it's always a favorite. One of my personal favorites. The clashes are really cool on that one. And there's Mad Cow's Vader. There's Resblade. Very cool font. It's got a really, really loud ignition. Very noticeable pitch shifting. And the pulse effect of the crystal focus driving the LED goes really well with this font. Super cool power off. And the Thrasher. Super cool. Thanks a lot, Novastar, for putting that together for us. And the saber mode with the tracks given to us by Easter. A lot of people forget about the saber mode. It's definitely cool for showing off to your friends. Let's get and the light show. And 4 accent LEDs in line with the nice bright anti-vandal switch. Makes for a very impressive display. I like it. Hopefully you guys will too. Keep an eye out for it. It is going up for sale very shortly. Thanks again from Vader's Vault, and enjoy your lightsabers.